students, welcome back once again to my maths class. In this video lesson, we are going to talk about a new chapter, that is chapter 6 of 10th class, that is progressions, right? This is a new thing which you are going to learn in this 10th class. Now this progressions is a new chapter that you haven't studied in your previous classes. Right, now this progressions is nothing but it is a list of numbers following a pattern, like it is a sequence of numbers following a specified pattern. So there are different types of progressions, right? In class 10th, we will be dealing with only two progressions, that is the arithmetic progression and the geometric progressions. Also, we have the harmonic progression, which we are going to discuss in the higher classes. Now, the types of progressions are arithmetic progression, geometric progression and harmonic progression. So what I told, progressions are a list of numbers, a series of numbers or a sequence of numbers following a specified pattern, right? Now when we are talking today, we will discuss about the arithmetic progressions, the concept of it, and we will be dealing with the exercise problems, right? Here in arithmetic progression, now I have been specifying in all my video sessions about the concept building, right? Because the introductory part of any chapter is very important for the students to understand and solve the problems on their own, right? Here the concept you have to study importantly, because the concept building of the arithmetic progressions will help you out to solve the problems. Now the solutions of the problems are found in anywhere, in online or in your workbooks, but solving for yourself, you have to know the concept. So the concept building is very important. So the introductory part of any chapter is very, very important. You have to give a quick, thorough go through the concepts and the introductory part, right? Now in arithmetic progression, now what is this arithmetic progression? As I have told that progressions is a list of numbers, a series, a sequence of numbers. Now arithmetic progression is a list of numbers, is also, let me define list of numbers, right? I am writing it in short, a list of numbers in which every next term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the previous number, previous or the preceding, right? To the previous number, except for the first term. Now what is arithmetic progression? It is a list of numbers in which every next term is obtained by adding a fixed number. One fixed number is added to the next term, to the previous number, so that we get the next term, like except for the first term, leaving the first term is as it is. Now let me take, for you to explain, let us say a first term, let me take any number, 2, 3, let me take 3, right? Now let us take a fixed number, okay? Fixed number, any number, 1, 2, 3, nothing, anything you can take, even you can take negative or the zeros. Now if I take a fixed term, here what we are telling, it is a list of numbers in which every next term is obtained by adding a fixed term. Now, and also except for the first term I have taken it as 3, right? Now, the next term is obtained by adding a fixed number. This is a fixed number. This by adding the fixed number to the previous number. Now, to get the next number, I have to add a fixed number. Let me add 2 for this number. It comes to 5. Okay. Then if you add 2, it comes to 7. If you add 2, 9. If you add 2, 11. If you add 2, like so on. Right. This is in arithmetic progression. This series, this list of numbers are called as the arithmetic progression, and arithmetic progression in short we call it as AP, right? Arithmetic progression. Now, how we got the number? Except for the first number, I'm adding a number that is a fixed number, 2 here. I'm adding 2. I'm adding 2 here, right? So, I'm getting the next number. So, it is obtained by adding a fixed number to the previous number. To the previous number, I'm adding 2. I've got the next number. Then previous number 2, I'm getting likewise. So, this number is fixed. Fixed number is same. Throughout, I'm adding. That means here a series of numbers is formed. This is one example of AP. Let me take, if the first number is, let me take 1. Okay. The fixed number also 1. Okay. The fixed number also 1. Now, the first term is 1. First term is 1. Now, I have to add a fixed number 1. So, if you add 1, you get 2. If you add 1, you get 3. For which you are adding to the previous term, right? Just to the previous term, you are adding 1. So, 4, 5, likewise. This is a series of natural numbers. So, natural numbers are also in AP. If they are written in the series, right? And let me take the first term as 3. Okay. The next fixed number as 0. Let me take, these are the fixed numbers. Right. Let me take 3 and 0. Okay. So, the first term is as it is, I am writing. I have to add the fixed number 0. 3 plus 0, again 3. Again to the next number, I am adding 0, 3. So, this is also is an AP. Now, here the first term is 3, the fixed number is 0 and the series is 3, 3. So, 3, 3, 3 goes on. This is also in AP. That means these are all examples. So, I have taken a positive number. I have taken 0 as a fixed number. Also, if you take negative, let me take a negative number. Keep the first term 3 only. Okay. Now, I'll take a negative number. Let me take minus 1 or 2 something. Okay. Now, the first term is 3. Now, I have to add the fixed number. So, for 3 minus 1, I am adding plus minus 1. That means minus 1, it comes to 2. For 2, if you add minus 1, comes to 1. For 1, if you add minus 1, 0. For 0, if you add minus 1, C. So, minus 1, minus 2. So, this is a series. So, this series is AP. These are all examples of AP. Okay. That means arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which every next term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the previous term, except for the first term. First term as it is, you have to leave it. For that, if you add a fixed term, you get the series. So, negative numbers, that means this fixed number, where is this fixed number can be negative, can be positive, can be 0. Any number that must be fixed. Okay. This is all about, these are the examples of AP. Now, here if you see the series, now let me keep the first one as it is. I'll remove the others. Now, see here. If you see the first one, the first term is 3 and the fixed number is 3. Now, by adding 2, you are getting. Now, here the series, in the series, the terms, these are called the terms. Right. The terms are separated by a comma because I am telling it as a list. List means you have to separate it with a comma. So, these are the terms. Now, let me suppose this as term 1, term 2, this 7 as term 3, third term, fourth term, fifth term, 6th term, so on. If I want the 20th term, so that is A20. I'll name it as A20. Now, if I don't know how many terms are there, the last term, which number is the last term, the 30th, the 50th, I don't know. Then we can name it as an. Okay, nth term. Nth term. So the first term, second term, third term, likewise nth term. Now how do I get this second term? By adding 2. That is, this is a fixed number. Right. Now if you subtract this A2 here from A1, or A3 from A2, or A4 from A3. Now I am subtracting, see here, let me tell you. Now how do you get a fixed term, fixed number, how you get this 2? 2 is my fixed number. How do I get it? From A2, if I subtract A1, A2 minus A1, or else A3 minus A2. That means, what am I doing here? I am finding the difference between a consecutive number. Okay, in the series, the difference between the consecutive means side by side numbers. 2 and 3 are consecutive, 5 and 6 are consecutive. So the difference between the consecutive number is called as the fixed number here. The fixed number you are obtaining by subtracting. Now check it out here. 5 minus 3 is 2. That is a fixed number. 7 minus 5. These two are consecutive. So the difference between the consecutive numbers is a fixed term. Now this difference. Now difference means, let me suppose it as D. Okay. So difference is A2 minus A1, or A3 minus A2. This A3 means third term minus second term. So fourth term minus third term. Likewise, A4 minus A3. Right? So this difference, this is the difference you are getting here 2. If you are subtracting A2 minus A1, you are getting 2 difference. Right? This difference throughout the series is the same. See here, 2, 2, 2. Throughout the series, the difference is same. So we call it as a common difference. We are not getting different terms, isn't it? So we call it as a common difference. Here, common difference. So we name it as small d. This difference throughout the progression, throughout the series is same. So it is called as a common difference. Now, if you name this first term, this is A1, first term, if I suppose it as A. Now let me write the general form. In general, how do we draw a series? That is arithmetic progression. Now this is the first term. I'll suppose this as A, right? Let me suppose the first term as simply A, okay? And for that A, what should be added? Now for first term is A. Every next term is obtained by adding the fixed number. Now the fixed number here is the common difference, right? Now by adding a difference, that is D, I get the second term. See, this is A1. Now this is A2, right? And to this previous number, if I add one more D, that means A plus D plus D. It comes to A plus 2D. Okay, 2Ds. Now I have to add that common difference is throughout the series the same. That is a fixed number. That fixed number, if I add to the previous number, I get the next number. That means A plus 3D. So on. So this is called as a general form of arithmetic progression. Okay. A is the first number. If you add the common difference, you get the second. If you add another common difference, second, like that. A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, A plus 5D. These are the terms. Now the second term A2. Now this is the third term. Okay. This is the fourth term. If I write here. Now it's becoming clumsy here. Let me take, this is the first term, which is A. Second term is A plus D. The third term in the series is A plus 2D. The fourth term is A plus 3D. So on. You can write many terms. That means I want 20th term. So 20th term. If you clearly observe that A1 means A. So A2, that is second term, is A plus D. So 1D is been added to this number. So A2 is A plus D. A3 is A plus 2D. There is 1D less here because we are keeping first term as A. For that term we are adding the common difference. That means if you see here, A3 is A plus 2D. A3 is A plus 2D. Right. Now A4 is A plus 3D. That means one number is less. If I want the nth term, whichever, the 30th term, the 100th term, okay. If I want the nth term, how do I define it? Now A2 is A plus D. Now nth term means A plus 1 less, because this is 4, this is 3, 1 less than n, so n minus 1 D. This is called the nth term. From this formula you can find any term. If you want the 100th term, so A plus 100 minus 1 D, 99D. Okay, here from this general form we got the nth term as, we can write here, so on nth term A plus n minus 1 into D. You got it clearly? You can understand? Fourth term, so on till nth term. Nth term is nothing but 1 less D. That means here if you see A3 is A plus 2D, A4 is A plus 3D. That means 1 less. So An is A plus n minus 1. This is called as the nth term. This is the general form of the arithmetic progression. If you get the concept, we can clearly we can do the sums in the exercise. Now pause the video and note it down. We'll see the exercise problems. Now exercise 6.1, the first one, I'll read out. In which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? Now here asked is, the situations are given. Do they form the arithmetic progression or not? It has been asked. Now the situation is that the first one, the first is the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is rupees 20 for the first kilometer and rises by rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. Now here the taxi fare is given as fixed taxi fare is 20, and for every kilometer they are charging 8 rupees more. That means if let the fixed fare is rupees 20, right? This is fixed. That means that is our first term. Now for each kilometer fare is rupees 8. Okay, for each kilometer. Now how do we write the series? Now here asked that these situations, they form a arithmetic progression or not. Now the first, even though if it doesn't move 1 kilometer, the charges are fixed 20 rupees. Okay, the taxi charges. First is, it is constant, that is the first term is same thing, 20. Now for every kilometer 8 rupees is charged. That means we have to add to get the previous terms to get the next term. Okay, for this previous term, if I add 8 rupees, that means I get 28. Now for the previous term, this is the previous term now here, and for the previous term if I add 8, the fixed number, this is a constant number, if I add 8 it becomes to 36. And for 1 kilometer the charge is this, for another kilometer the charge is this, then another kilometer again plus 8 comes to 44, again plus 8 comes to 52, so on. So how many kilometers the taxi has travelled? That many. So clearly we can see that this is in AP, right? Because how can we say that this is in AP? This is a series of numbers, but we have to check that whether it is in AP or not. See here, if I take the first term as A, now the common difference is the constant one. If the common difference is same throughout, the difference is same throughout the series, then surely this series is called as AP. Now let me check here the difference, common difference here, D is 28 minus 20. So consecutive numbers, it is 8. Now if you check 36 minus 28 is 8. So this is the common difference. It is constant, right? The difference is constant. So therefore it is in AP. Simply you can write AP, that is arithmetic progression. This is one situation. Okay, now let's see the second one. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. See, here the situation is given, the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. Now once 1/4 of that amount is been removed. Then the next time, at a time means for one time. Then next time again 1/4 of the total air in the cylinder is removed. So every time 1/4 is been removed. Okay. Now the variables like the terms are not given here. Let us suppose some terms, some value. The cylinder is filled with so and so cubic cms or cubic liters or something. Some term we will take. Let the air in cylinder, complete air, should take one specific thing. Let me take, because the numbers are not given, I'll take 1024. It is easily divisible by 2, so that I have taken 10. Any number you can take. Okay. Now here, every time 1/4 of the air is been removed. Now 1/4 of 1024. Let me calculate 1/4. Means here 1/4 of this complete thing, that air is been removed. Air removed one time. Okay, for first time air is removed 1/4. So how much this comes to? If you cancel 4 ones, 4 twos are 8. Now 2 here, 4 fives are 20, 4 6 are 24. So this much air is removed. So the remaining how much will be there? If you minus 1024, if you subtract this 1/4 part, it's been removed, na? So how much is remained? So I have to minus it here. 14, 8 comes, 6, 5. Now here 9 to 7. So 768 is the next term. Now again, if you take the next time, another time the air removed. So this is that much air present. When the air 1/4 time it is removed, 256 part is removed and 176 is remained. Now again next time 1/4. So from 768, if you remove 1/4 part, now you take it off with 2. 2 3s are, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s, 2 1s are, 2 9s are, okay, 2 1s are, 2 9s are, 2 2s are. So 192. So this 192 must be removed from 768. So 768 is present. From that 192, if you remove, this is the 1/4 part. If you remove, you get it as 6 and here 7. This is 576. That means if I write the series, fixed first term, any number you take, okay, this number is fixed, the first term. From this removed 1/4 part, that is 256 is removed. So you get 768. Then again 192. The 1/4 of this part is again 190. You get 576. So likewise, this is a series. Now we have to check that this situation is AP or not. Okay. For AP, the condition is that the difference must be constant. The common difference should be, the fixed number should be same. The difference should be constant. Now if you see here if you see, this is if you take A1, A2, A3, suppose. Now what is the difference? The consecutive difference, A2 minus A1. If you take this, so 768 minus 1024. This comes to, see here, it comes to minus 256. Now if you take A3 minus A2, A3 minus A2, that means 576 minus 768, this comes to minus 192. You got 192 minus. So the difference is not same. D is not constant. Right? The difference is not same. So here if you say this, there is a difference of 256 here. Here there is a difference of 192. Right? So D is not same. Right? Then this does not form a AP. Just it is a series of numbers, but it is not forming AP because D is not constant. D is the common difference, is not constant. So it is not in AP, right? This situation is not in AP, right? Pause the video and note it down. Now here the second question, write the next 4 terms when the first term and the common difference are given. You have to write the next 4 terms of an AP. Okay, here given first 4 terms, not the next terms. Write first 4 terms of an AP. That means A1, A2, A3, A4 we have to write. Now given A and D. Here also given A and D. I have taken two problems. Now let us write the four terms. Now AP, what is the general form of AP? A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D and so on, right? But we want only first four terms. First four terms are only this. This is A1, A2, A3 and A4, right? So only 4 I have written. You can write the complete series here. Now we will substitute just. First term is 10. Second term is 10 plus the common difference 10. Now third term is 10 plus 2 into common difference. Now 10 plus 3 into common difference. So this comes to 10, 20. Now 20 plus 10, 30. Now 30 plus 10, 40. So this is the series. This is the series, right? Now here the first four terms are 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now the second problem we'll see. Now A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. Only four terms asked. So we'll write the four terms. Minus 2 is A, substituting here. Minus 2 plus 0. Minus 2 plus 2 into 0. Minus 2 plus 3 into 0. Right. So here comes to minus 2. So minus 2. 0 into 2, 0. 0 plus minus 2. All minus 2. Right. All the first four terms are minus 2. All the other terms are also minus 2. So these two. Note it down. Pause. The third problem. For the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. Now these are in AP given. Now we have to write the first term. Simply the first term is the A. First term 3. Now the common difference. How do you get the common difference? Common difference D equal to, how do we get? When you write here, if you write A1, A2, A3, A4, the consecutive terms if you minus. So if you take A2 minus A1 or A3 minus A2, anything, this is the common difference, right? Now let's check complete thing. These are one and the same here. A2 minus A1, here 1 minus 3, here A3 minus A2 minus 1 minus 1. So this comes to minus 2, this is minus 2. This is common, isn't it? So the common difference is minus 2. The first term is A. Now we'll see the fourth problem here. This is A1, first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Right? Given that they are in AP. So the first term A is equal to 0.6. Now the common difference, how do we get? By subtracting the consecutive terms. A2 minus A1. That is 1.7 minus 0.6. How do you subtract the decimals? Keep the decimals one upon the same thing here. 0.6. That comes to 1.1. Now, let me check one more term. This is A3 minus A2. Okay, A3 is 2.8 minus 1.7. Same thing, 1.1. The difference is same. So, this is the common difference. Quickly pause the video and note it down. Now the fourth problem, which of the following are APs? Which of the following are APs, arithmetic progressions? If they form an AP, find the common difference and write 3 more terms. Now we have to check whether they are in arithmetic progressions or not. And if they are in AP, you have to write the next 3 terms. Now given 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms are given. You have to write the next 3 more terms if they are in AP. Now how to check whether they are in AP? Just see that the constant must be the same. The fixed number or the common difference is same throughout, then it is surely in AP. Now if you take the first, this is A1, A2, A3 and A4. 4 terms are given. Now the first term is minus 1.2. Okay, the third problem I have taken. There are many problems here in this. You can solve it for yourself. The first problem here, A. Now the common difference, if I'll be checking, if the common difference it is constant, then this is in AP, right? Now A2 minus A1, consecutive difference terms. Okay, a2 minus a1 should be equal to this two, a3 minus a2. That means two consecutive, I am checking. If they are same, the difference is common, then this is an AP. So a2 minus a1 minus, see with the minus 3.2 minus a1 is again minus 1.2. Here a3 is minus 5.2. Right, a3 is minus 5.2 minus again in a2 minus 3.2. Now let's check here, this is D. Okay, minus 3.2 minus into minus plus 1.2. Here minus 1.2 plus 3.2. So if you subtract, they are different signs, so you have to sub 3.2 minus 1.2. It comes to just minus 2. Right, here also 5.2, if you subtract 3.2, 0 and 2. So the bigger number is minus, so minus 2. So the difference is throughout the constant. So they are, therefore they are in AP. The terms are in AP. Okay. Now if it is AP, you have to find the next three terms. Next three terms means here given till A4. So we have to find A5. Okay. A6 and A7. The next three terms of the series. A5 means clearly A plus 4D. One less, isn't it? So what is A? A is minus 1.2 plus 4 into D, we got it as minus 2. Right. Same thing, A plus 5D minus 1.2 plus 5 into, right. Now A7 is A plus 6D. So minus 1.2 plus 6 into minus 2. We will write them. Okay, minus 1.2, 4 into minus 2 is minus 8. So if you, I'll do it here, minus 1.2 and 4 into minus 2 is minus 8. Minus 8. 8 means 8.0. So 2, 9 minus 9.2 is the fifth term. Now the same thing, minus 10 here, minus 1.2 minus 10. 10 means 10.0. How do you subtract? Decimal point, same, adding and subtracting, right? Here minus 11.2. Minus you have to add. So this comes to minus 11.2. Here next one, minus 1.2. 6 2s are 12, minus 12. So minus 12.0. That comes to minus 13.02. Minus 13.2. These are the next three terms of the series. Okay. Now let me do the other one, because I've taken, there is a variation here. There is decimal point. There is here there is square root. So I've taken two different problems in that, so that you can solve the other one. I'll be erasing this part. Okay, quickly copy down this rough part. I'll be erasing it, right? Pause it and copy down. Now let me do the second one. This is A1, A2, A3 and A4. 4 terms given. So we have to find the next three terms. If it is in AP, let me check out whether it is in AP. Now the first term is root 2. Now the difference is A2 minus A1 should be equal to the next consecutive difference, A3 minus A2. So let me check out. A2 minus A1 is root 8 minus root 2. Here it comes to root 18 minus root 8. This is the difference. Now how do we do it? Now this is root 8, root 2. We will simplify this terms. Okay. Root 8 I can write it as 4 into 2. Root 4 is 2. So this I can write, if the 4 comes out, so 2 root 2 you can write. 4 2s are 8. So right. Here D. Now this root 18. 18 I can write as 9 into 2. 9 2s are 18. Root of 9 is 3. So this is 3 root 2 minus, we know that 8 is 2 root 2. So subtract this 2 root 2 from 1 root 2. It comes to just root 2. Here 3 root 2, 2 root 2, just root 2. So the difference is root 2 throughout. It is constant. Therefore, it is in AP. Now if it is in AP, we have to find the next terms. The next term is A5. Is A plus 6, A plus 4D. So what is A here? Root 2 plus 4 into D also root 2. So this comes to root 2 plus 4 root 2, that is 5 root 2. If you take 5 inside, 25. 25 twos are. So if you take the 5 inside the root, it becomes 25. 25 twos are root 50. Or simply you can write both are same, one and the same. A6 is A plus 5D. So root 2 plus 5 into root 2. So 1 root 2, 5 root 2. It comes to 6 root 2. 6, if you take inside the square root, it becomes 36. 36 into 2 comes to 72. Right. Or else you can keep as it is. Now here A7, then last term 6D. So root 2 plus 6 into root 2. So this comes to 7 root 2. 7 is 49. If you take it inside, 49 twos are. It comes to 98. So root 90. The next three terms are root 50, root 72 and root 98. So children, we have completed this exercise and there are few more problems which you need to practice. Okay. Thank you.